Hey everybody, it's Tom Sheehan of the Sheehan Real Estate Group of Compass here with your 2023 Q1 Spring Greater Boston Real Estate Market Update. Since we last checked in, did a brief update a month ago, but if you didn't see that one, you're just checking in for the first time since the winter market update. There's been a lot going on both in the broad economy and in the real estate market, and specifically in the Greater Boston market. Ultimately, it's been a bit of a roller coaster and really requiring some astute attention to the market conditions to really know what's going on any given week or let alone month. If you don't want to stick around for the whole video, the quick summary is while we're still seeing severely depressed inventory, there were some initial signs of a market stabilization, but what we've seen this March has me kind of questioning where we're going to go next. The first quarter of 2023 saw a 17% reduction in the number of single-family homes listed for Greater Boston, a 23% reduction in the number of condos listed. And when you consider where we were 4 years ago, we've seen a 33% reduction in the number of new listings of single-family homes, and a 14% reduction in the number of condos listed for homes in Greater Boston. So any way you slice it, we're seeing a very, very low level of number of homes listed for sale in Greater Boston. Yet, despite that dismal level of inventory, the median sale price of a single family home in Greater Boston for the first quarter of 2023, when compared to the first quarter of 2022, is down 1%. Now, compared to 4 years ago, that median sale price is up 28%, but it's telling that despite we've having so few homes listed for sale, median pricing is only up a small percent. In addition, in this first quarter this year compared to last year, the number of days it takes a property to receive an offer is up 56%, and the average sale price compared to the original list price is down 5% this first quarter when compared to last year's first quarter at an average of 100%. So this year, on average, the seller's getting their full asking price, whereas on average last year, your seller in the first quarter was averaging over 100% of their list price. Now, the slight caveat to that is the March numbers this year compared to last year actually show a median sale price increase of 6%. For a single family home in Greater Boston. That's despite in March us seeing a year-over-year decline in the sale price to original price ratio and a significant increase in the number of days it's taken a home the first quarter of March this year in Greater Boston to receive an offer when compared to last year, up almost 100%. So you can see why that's confusing. For the most part, homes are taking longer to get an offer. They're sitting on the market longer. They're getting a lower percentage of their offer price, yet the median sale price is up significantly in March. The story here is buyers are being a lot more selective on the homes that they are willing to buy. And I'm seeing that in my personal experience with the buyers that I work with. Whereas in years past, buyers were just happy to get any home. It seems now that buyers are only willing to do what it takes to get a home for the right home that meets their needs. If a home comes on the market and it's not checking most of the boxes the buyer wants to have checked, they're just not willing to make an offer on the property. However, if that home fits all their needs, we're seeing buyers all gravitate to that particular listing and offer sellers incredible prices and terms in order to secure that property. I've had buyers, when it comes to an offer deadline, not have to compete with any other buyers. Well, I've had other buyers be one of 15, 20 offers on a single property. Now, why is this? Well, for me, it's a clear indication that interest rates are having a significant impact on the market. The reality is buying a home with today's interest rates is expensive, and buyers just not willing to put up and have that much of a cost for just any property. Whereas a year ago, it seemed like you just had to put your house on the market. Didn't matter what the condition, what the location, what the particulars of the property were, you were going to get multiple offers and you were going to sell over your asking price. So where are interest rates today? When we talked last time, we were talking about interest rates that had seemingly stabilized in that mid 6% range, and that has continued to be the case. We haven't really come close to breaking through that previously mentioned key level of resistance of 7%, but we also haven't seen interest rates break below 6% much. Actually, right now, today, here in the first week of April, we're probably seeing as low of interest rates as we've seen some time. We're in that low 6% range and maybe even getting in the high 5% range if you're a perfect borrower. So outside of some outside factor with the broader economy, it seems like we can expect interest rates to hover in this 6 1/3, 6.5, maybe even 6 3/4 range for interest rates moving forward. The big question comes with pricing. Are we going to see a continual decrease in the number of listings than what we saw last year when that was a significant low from comparable years? The first quarter is always a little hard to judge because you're dealing with January and February when we see a lack of listings anyways. But just focusing on March, we saw a 19% year-over-year decrease in the number of listings. Getting back to that thing I talk about a lot, supply and demand, we are just not seeing the supply to put a dent in the median sale price of a property in Greater Boston. And it's not getting much easier if you're a renter either. According to a national survey, Greater Boston region saw the nation's highest month-over-month increase in average rent in March, with rents up 2.7%. And that was also the highest year-over-year rental increase in the nation, with a 5.7% average apartment rent increase in March of 2023 compared to March of 2022. We simply don't have enough housing in the Greater Boston region to accommodate the number of people who want to live here. And that leads me to another survey. This one was of the 40 largest metro areas in the United States, of which Greater Boston is among them. Since 1990, the Greater Boston region has ranked 33rd out of those 40 regions in housing production per person. And since 2022, they ranked 36th out of 40 regions in housing production per person. So, and ultimately, until we see some more homes being listed for sale and more housing being produced, it's really hard to see how we are going to see any stabilization of pricing in the Greater Boston market, either when it comes to renting or buying. At least that's what all the trends and indicators are saying. But we'll see what this next quarter brings. Maybe this more positive than expected news, at least for sellers, will get more people off the sideline and motivate them to list their homes, and we'll see a relative tick up in the number of inventory, which would certainly be a massive relief for the buyers in today's market. So as I always say, everyone's housing situation is different. All their circumstances are different. I'd be happy to discuss yours and let you know what I think your best path forward is given your circumstances. So shoot me a text, send me an email, give me a call. I'm happy to help in any way I can. And thanks for watching. We'll talk again soon.